Hi. Today is the second of Teves Tuf Shin Ayin Hey, and we pick up from our shir in Shabbos in the Gemara in the third parak, in the beginning of the third parak, 4 lines down in the Gemara, Lamed Zayin Amid Beis, says the Gemara. Amar Rabba Bar Archana, says Rabba Bar Archana, Amar Rav Yochanan, and they Rav Yochanan, Kitma v'Havara, if the fire was covered and then it flared up again, Mashchan Alei Chamin, if you leave on it hot water, Shehukma Kol Sarko, that was heated all the way, V'Tavshel Shebishal Kol Sarko, and food that was cooked all the way, V'Afilu Gechalam Shal Roitam, even if they are rosam coals, that were hot and they last longer than normal coals. Shma Mina Mitzang V'Yafel Mutter. So we hear from here that even if the food's going to improve, it's mutter. And for the Gemara, Shani Hacha de Kitma. No, the fire was covered. Ihaki Mailamim, what's the Chiddush? We already know that. Huvra Isrichale. We need it for the case where the fire reignited again. And for the Gemara, Hainu Hach, we already learned that a minute ago. Gechalam Sharotam Isrichale. No, we need this for the coals of Roitem that are still mutter. Amar of Sheshes, Amar of Yochanan. Kira Shislikua begefes of Esim Mashkan Aleya Chamin Shalo Chukma Kol Sarcho Bishal Shalo Bishal Kol Sarcho. That if it's fire, a stove that's heated up with shum shemin or wood, you can leave on it hot water that wasn't cooked all the way and food that wasn't cooked all the way. Akar, if you take it off, lo yakser ad yigrof o ad yitan efer. Once you take it off, you can't put it back until it's covered or you put ashes on it. Kasavar mas nisan lahaksers tanan. So we hold that our Mishnah is talking about lahaksers tanan. Avol shachos mashchen. But if you leave it on, you can leave it on. Afal pish eno garaf eno katzam, even if it's not covered at all. Amar Rava tirvaihu tananini. We know both these dins. Lashachos tanina. That to leave it on, we already learned. Ein nos minasapas b'tocha tanar imashecha v'lo charara al gavi gachalim ela kadeshi karol paneya. You can't put bread or cake in the oven unless it can cook the face of it before Shabbos. Hakar panei is shiny, but if it can cook the rest of the face of it, that's permissible. L'haksir nami tanina. We also learn the din of hazara. Beis Hillel omrim af magzirin. Beis Hillel says you can put it back. V'ad kan lo kisharu Beis Hillel ela begrufa v'katuma. Beis Hillel only allow it if it was covered. The fire was covered. Avol shena grufa v'katuma lo. If it wasn't covered, no. Rav Sheshes nami diuka matimas nisin kamash malan. And Rav Sheshes is also learning the diuk from our Mishnah. Amar Shmuel bar Yehuda Amar Rav Yochanan Kirish Ezekua begefes ubeetzim mashkan alei tavshel shebishal kol sarko v'chamen shehukmo kol sarkan. That a stove that's heated up with shum shemin or wood, you can leave on it a food that's cooked all the way, and hot water that's cooked all the way. V'afilu mitzank v'yafalo, even if it can improve during the cooking. Amar lei hahi midirabanan l'Rav Shmuel bar Yehuda harav Shmuel d'Amar tirvaihu mitzank v'yafalo aser. Now they argue and say if it's going to improve, then it's aser. Amar lei atu leis ana yada d'Amar Rav Yosef Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Shmuel mitzank v'yafalo aser. Don't we already know that mitzank v'yafalo is aser? Ki kamina lacha l'Rav Yochanan kamina. That Rav Yochanan taught us this. Amar lei Rav Ukva mimeshan l'Rav Ashi atun de mekrivso l'Rav v'Shmuel avidi kirav v'Shmuel anan avid kirav Yochanan. That Shmuel is doing like Rav and Shmuel is doing like Rav Yochanan. Amar lei Abaye l'Rav Yosef ma'ul l'shachos. What's the din by leaving it on the fire? Amar lei answered him back. Harav Yehuda mashhu leiv achol. That Rav Yehuda left it on and ate. Amarle Barmine, excluding him, the Rav Yehuda the Kevan the Masukanhu, because he was in a dangerous position. So Filu b'Shabbos nami shari l'meivad lei. So even on Shabbos you can heat it up like that. That leave Allah, but you and me, my what's it then? Amarle b'Sura mashahu. That in Surah they left it on. The Rav Nachman bar Yitzhak Mari de uvda have umashkule. He also left it on the ochel and ate it. Amar Rav Ashi kamina kamea the Rav Huna. That he said this din in front of Rav Huna. V'shakan le kise de harsana, and he left on this hot seat. V'achol and he ate it. V'lo yadana imashum de kasav mislav v'yaflo mutter. We don't know if the reason is because mislav v'yaflo is mutter, or imashum de kevan de islay the isbei mecha mislav v'ralo, who, or because that it had flour, then it's mislag varalo. Amar Rav Nachman mislag v'yaflo aser mislag varalo mutter. Rav Nachman says if it's going to improve, it's aser. If it's going to get worse, it's mutter. Klal demel. So here's the rule: called the isbei mecha mislag varalo. Anything that has flour in it is mislag varalo. Lebar mitavshel de lifsa, except for a cooked food with turnips. Dafal gav, the isbei mecha, even though it has flour, misnag v'yaflo, it's better for it. Who? V'hani mili, that's only in the case the isbei bisra, where there's meat. Avol leisle bisra, if there's no meat, misnag v'ralo, then it gets worse. Who? The key isbei bisra nami lo amran. Even if it has meat, we don't say this. Ella to look kaveh leila orchen, unless you're doing this for guests. Avol kaveh leila orchen. But if there's gonna be guests, misnag v'ralo, then it's really worse for them because the pieces get smaller as it cooks. That lifta daisa v'tamri mitzlang v'ralo. That this says Rashi lifta is moichosh asumitein. This fig food or porridge or dates is mislang v'ralo. And we'll stop there. So this concludes our shir on Lamed Zayin Amid Beis. We'll pick up with our next shir, but Siyata D'Shmaya, the end of Lamed Zayin Amid Beis for our shir for Lamed Ches Amid Aleph, Siyata D'Shmaya.